Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you the importance of standing up for yourself. So I'm going to be sharing with you something that happened to me recently, about a week ago, and I want to explain to you guys what happened and how it helped me to gain confidence to start standing up for myself. Now it might sound cliche, but we all need to stand up for ourselves at some point. Some of us learn how to do that much later on in life than others, but hopefully this video will help you to find that confidence within yourself, to not let people disrespect you or treat you like a doormat. Ever since I started standing up for myself, it seems like I've been losing friends left and right. And that's only normal, right? Because when people start realizing that they can't treat you a certain way, it makes them feel uncomfortable and it makes them feel like something's wrong with them, or why is this person acting differently now, because they've become accustomed to treating you a certain way. And once you stop allowing them to treat you that way and to make you feel sort of less than or worthless or maybe insecure, then it starts to make them feel insecure. So last week, I went out to dinner with a friend of mine, and I've known this guy for the past 3.5 years now, so there's a little bit of history there. Part of what makes our friendship fun is that we can joke with each other. Now, a lot of the times he takes it a little bit too far, and he will say things that just hurt my feelings. And I don't usually say anything to him in the moment. I usually just kind of absorb it and deal with those feelings on my own. But I had my last straw with him last week. So let me explain to you guys what happened. And I've known this particular friend for the past 3 years, and I'll just give you a little bit of a backstory on his personality type. He's very alpha male, he's very masculine, domineering, if you will. He's always the one to choose where to go and like what to do next, which I really appreciate because it's hard to find guys like that in the gay community, as you guys probably know. I'm really attracted to masculinity. That's part of why I'm gay, so I think whenever I have friends like that who can make their own mind up and who have their career together and their life together, it's just refreshing to hang around people like that rather than other friends that I've had in the past who are always complaining about money and always needing me to pick up the bill and always needing me to pay for this or come up with what we're going to do tonight. You know, it just gets exhausting, and it's nice to have a friend that knows what he wants. So I do enjoy hanging out with him. But because he is an alpha male and a cop, he does have that personality where you have to kind of joke back and forth with him. Like, he'll say things and I'll say things right back to him because, like, I can't even think of an example. He'll just say something that is so disrespectful, and it's like, whoa, dude, did you really, like, we're not even talking about that. Did you really just say that? And usually I just laugh it off or I'll say something back to him. But because I am a sensitive guy, some of those things stick with me. Let me explain to you guys what my last straw with him was. So, like I said, we were eating pizza last week, and he said something to me at the weirdest time. We were talking about living in Arizona because he's not from here either. He's not a native Arizonan. And we were just kind of talking about our small towns that we came from and what life is like in small towns compared to the big city that we're living in now. And he just said something out of left field that stuck with me. And I got silent all of a sudden. I was like, wait, what? It was something that kind of hit a chord, just totally disrespectful. So I got up and I felt my eyes starting to water up, and I didn't want to make a scene right there and be like a little girl, you know what I mean? I wanted to kind of hide my emotions and go to the bathroom. So that's what I did. I went to the bathroom. No one else was in the bathroom. I looked myself in the mirror. I didn't even let myself cry. And I started talking to myself, and I said, Richie, are you going to keep allowing people to walk all over you like this and to have so much dominion over your emotions and how you feel about yourself? Or are you going to use this opportunity to take a stand and do what's right so that it will prevent him from treating others like this in the future? So that's what I did. I followed with that, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to be a doormat for anyone anymore. Even if it's one of my closest friends, I have to let him know that this is not okay. My original thought was to wait until we were done eating to bring this up to him because I didn't want to make a scene in the restaurant, and I was filled with anger and just I wanted to get this off my chest. So I went back to the table, our pizza had arrived, and I was very silent. He started asking me random questions because he could tell that I was angry. But I was doing whatever I could to keep those feelings down until we were done eating. Because he did drive me there, and I didn't want to cause a ruckus until we were done. So I just couldn't hold on to those feelings anymore. I couldn't keep it all pent up, and eventually I just looked at him in the eyes. Like, I was mad, you guys. I looked at him and I was like, why are you such an a-hole? Why are you such an a-hole? Why do you make me feel like crap every time we hang out? Why do I feel worthless every time I hang out with you when I get home? Why do I feel like there's something wrong with me? And he looked at me and he's like, what? What? You know, just like, what did I do? Kind of thing. And I was like, is this why you only hang out with me, is because you've pushed everyone else away? Like, I was going there. I was really going there. He hit below the belt buckle, so that's what I was doing. Because I knew that if I didn't kind of bring this up right now when he was uncomfortable, it wouldn't stick with him. And that's what I followed. I followed that intuition where it was like, Richie, now's the time. It's going to make you a little uncomfortable, but now's the time. So I started going in on him, and mind you, there was like 2 other people in the restaurant. It wasn't super busy, but our waitress did come by and was like looking at me weird, and I started raising my voice at him. He was like, I'm sorry, quiet down, I'm sorry. And I was like, you're sorry now? Because I'm calling you out? You know what they say, a hit dog hollers. I could tell that he was absorbing what I was saying to him because I was looking him dead in the eye, and I was dead serious with everything I was saying. I wasn't going to that extent of being hurtful, but I was just letting him know that this is not going to happen anymore. So I offered to pay for the food and to get my own ride home, even though he lives on the way home from me, like 1 street over. I was just that angry that I didn't even know if I wanted to sit in the same car with him, because he already almost got into an argument with me about a dash cam on the way to the pizza joint. And I already asked him to go easy on me that day because I was having a tough day. But something within me was like, Richie, now is the time. Now is the time. And yeah, other people were walking in the restaurant. I was mad, you guys. People were looking at me and I was being loud. Not to the point where they had to tell us to leave or anything, but I just was putting him on the spot. And eventually we left and we got back to his car. He was the silent one now. And I started bringing it up to him like, I don't think we're supposed to be friends. I can't handle this anymore. I think you're a narcissist. And I could tell when I told him that, that was not the first time he heard that before. Literally textbook narcissist. But because I'm so understanding of others, I realize that he's had to toughen up over the years to become a law enforcement officer. You know, most cops have to be that way to be taken seriously. I get it, and especially with what they go through. But as his friend, I was not going to allow him to treat me like a criminal any longer. I got back home that night, and I started feeling really regretful and sad, and almost like I went too harsh on him. And I felt like I could have done things differently, or I made a mistake, or I should have just stayed quiet and dealt with it on my own terms. But those are all feelings of the past and my old self. And I realize now that if I didn't stand up for myself in that moment, it would probably not have mattered to him if we were in the privacy of his car where others weren't listening and hearing what I was saying. And it probably wouldn't have prevented him from treating another guy in the future in the same way that he was treating me. So hopefully, and I really feel this way internally, that I prevented him from treating others like that in the future. I think moving forward, he will start to think about what he's saying before he actually says it, because a lot of what I said was true to him, and I know it hit a chord with him. I'm not the type of person to hold on to resentment either. I want to forgive people that do me wrong. I don't want to hold on to any harsh feelings. I really don't, because that can start to eat at you over time. So however you feel is best to deal with hurt, whether it be talking to somebody, a professional, or doing healthy hobbies that can relieve your stress, anything like that can really help to come to terms with your next course of action and where you want to go next. We are still friends technically, but I think that moment made me view him from a different perspective and almost kind of learn more about him in a way, because I didn't understand why I was feeling so crappy every time I would hang out with him. And I knew it was just because he was throwing insults left and right, and I just wasn't standing up for myself. I was just making him feel like that was okay. But because I am a sensitive guy and not his coworkers that are other cops, I can't deal with that constantly, and I won't deal with that constantly. So now he knows that. But mind you guys, in the moment, I was thinking of other people that he was going to come in contact with in the future, and I was feeling like I needed to take a stand now to help and protect other people in the future from getting their feelings hurt. He is a respectable guy, and he is admirable, and I enjoy doing stuff with him, and he has other people that he hangs out with, and I know that he's very arrogant, and he can't always be that way, and hopefully standing up for myself in that moment helped him as well. So I know this video probably is a little bit convoluted, but what I'm getting at is that making the decision that you feel is right is better than making the decision that you want to make. So I could have easily just been quiet, ate my pizza, finished my root beer, and just absorbed what he said to me and just brushed it off. But something within me was like, now is the time, Richie. Now is the time to start standing up for yourself. And that's basically the premise of this video. It's so important to stand up for yourself, whether it be against family members who are toxic, or friends that are toxic, or certain behaviors that you have that are toxic that you need to let go of. You got to stand up for yourself, or else these behaviors, these people will continue to torment you. They will continue to get at you and sort of influence you in a negative way and take you away from your true purpose on this planet. So don't be afraid of being alone. Don't be afraid of making your friend mad for a couple days because you stood up for yourself. Yeah, it's going to leave you with a little bit of discomfort, but once you work through that and you start to view it in hindsight, it all makes sense. It all starts to make sense. And ever since I went through that with him, I've been so much more confident with just doing stuff alone. I mean, going to the grocery store always really not freaked me out, but made me feel anxious and made me feel like awkward. Or going to the gym sometimes would make me feel that way. And I just have this newfound vitality and like exuberance about me. And I just feel like nobody can mess with me, nobody can derail me from my true purpose, because I started taking a stand and standing up for myself. And that's what you guys, if you take anything from this video, I hope you guys take that lesson, the importance of standing up for yourself in every moment that you can. Because people will only treat you as important as you treat yourself. It's true. It is so true. So if you don't stand up for yourself and you don't jut back at them and say things that get to them, or just kind of play hardball with them, if you just kind of like, just kind of like a sympathetic little wimp in the corner, then that's how people are going to treat you. So take it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry it's taken a while, like 2 weeks for me to post another video, but I've been doing some revamping, and in my next video, I'll explain to you guys what I'm going to be doing on YouTube moving forward. Because with anything I do in life, I need some kind of structure. And for a while there on YouTube, I was getting a little bit mixed up and just uploading this, uploading that. So in my next video, I'll explain to you guys what my new structured YouTube format will be. Alrighty, well, let me know what you thought about this down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
chasing stars and holding you.